Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Habib Ali and I am an ICT tutor by profession. Welcome back to another lesson in this Microsoft Excel series. So in today's lesson we are going to be learning about entering text and numbers in Excel, what is the sum function, and how to insert the sum function into Microsoft Excel. So here we are. I have created a very simple spreadsheet for you. This is simply showing all the popular day trips in Marmaris in Turkey. Here you can see all the trips are displayed. Some of these trips are fantastic. I have been to Turkey myself many times and I myself have been on some of these trips as well. So I do recommend some of these. In particular, the quad bike safari is fantastic. So if you do ever go to Turkey, I do recommend you going on the quad bike safari and any of the other ones that takes fancy. Now you can see in this spreadsheet we're working out the price per person for each one of these trips and all the sales that was made all the way from April to September, and these were the individual sales for each of the months for each of the trips that were made. Now what I have done is I have already created this, but before anything what I want to do is show you the question for today. So the question is asking us to enter the text and numbers as shown and then calculate the total sales for each of the trips using the sum function. Okay, so I'm just going to take you back here and also want to introduce a couple of these buttons which will be very useful for you in today's lesson. So the way to enter text in Microsoft Excel is that you simply I'm just going to delete a couple of these 65 and 99. So let's say I want to type in 69. All I can do is use my mouse and click in the relevant cell, type in 65, and then what I can do is press the enter button, and by pressing the enter button it will automatically take me to the next cell directly below it. So press enter and we go into the next cell. And then what I can do in the next cell, I can type in 99. Now by default, you've probably noticed as I have typed in the values, the cells go to the right hand side, which we call to be right aligned. Now this is a default setting, so please don't worry if that happens to you. And the other thing about, let's say if I was to get rid of April and then type in April again just to show you. So if I type in April and then press the enter button, it will by default have the text to be on the left side of the cell, which we refer to as being left aligned. So another way you can also type in the text and navigate yourself again from between the cells is by typing in a value. So let's say from 25 to 50, and again I'm just going to get rid of them too. So if I was to type in 25 there and I was going across to the next cell, what I can do is instead of pressing the enter button, because as we have already learned, by pressing the enter button it will take me down to the next cell directly below it. So if I don't want to do that and I want to go to the next cell, what I can do is use these arrow keys or the cursor keys. So what I can do in this particular instance is press the right arrow, and by pressing the right arrow it will take me to the cell that is to the right, and in this one I'm just going to type in 50 and this time I can press enter, and there you go. So this is how I am expecting you to type in and copy this entire data that I have got in front of you. So please feel free to pause the video and copy all the information on this worksheet, and please do take extra care when you are typing in complex words such as these, which are names of places, they are not English words, so please do take care when you're typing it in. Make sure everything is accurate, and very importantly, as you are typing in these values within each one of these cells, please make sure that it is 100% correct, because a spreadsheet is only as useful as the values you have typed in. If they are incorrect, your spreadsheet will also be incorrect, so please do take extra care. Now, once you have done that, what I want to show you is that on sheet number 2, in this particular case, I have went ahead and I have formatted some of these cells just to make it a little bit more attractive. You don't have to do any of this, and again, I will be teaching you all these formatting skills in future lessons. So what I want to say to you is that please do type everything in, because this will be very good practice for you in this very early stage of your learning. However, I am going to be using this particular worksheet with all the formatting on, just like I said, because it is a little bit more attractive and looks a little bit more professional. If you don't want to type in all this data and you are wanting to have a copy of this formatted worksheet that I have created, then what I will do for you is leave a link for you in the description box down below. So feel free to click on the link, and by doing so it will directly take you to lesson 2 on my website, and you can download a copy of this exact same worksheet or file with the name lesson 2 sumfunction. So let's go ahead and make a start now on the actual sumfunction. So in this particular worksheet, we are going to be working out the total sales that was made for each one of these trips using this so-called sumfunction. Now, before I use the sumfunction, and if you were not aware of the sumfunction, what we would have done normally is add one of these individual values one by one. So we would have done 23 plus 54 plus 32, etc., etc., till we get the total answer in a similar way that you would use a calculator. Now in Excel, what we can do is also use this similar method that you normally would use on a calculator. So first of all, I'm going to show you an Excel addition formula. So we start with the equal sign. Any calculation in Microsoft Excel should always begin with the equal sign. That is very important, so please do make a note of that. Once I have done that, I can then click in this cell to take this value. In Microsoft Excel, we never tend to type in the value what's inside each cell. We tend to always use the cell reference. So in this particular cell, this one here where 23 is held, the address of the cell reference is C4. So what I need to do is I can either type in C4 or use my mouse and simply click on C4, such as that. And then what I need is the plus sign. Once I've got the plus sign, then I need to click on this cell to get this one, then press the plus sign again and carry on with this process all the way through till I come to September, which is I am adding all the way up to, such as this. Once I have done that, I can press enter and I get the answer 216. However, this process took me a while and I had to put in each cell value in separately. Therefore, it took me a while, and now this is where the sum function actually comes in to take over and make our productivity a lot more faster and a lot more efficient. So by using this so-called sum function, which I'm going to introduce to you right now, you can see how good it is in comparison to using the plus operator in between each cell, which is a similar method that we would do in everyday mathematics. So I'm going to delete the contents of this cell and start by pressing the equal sign because it is a calculation, don't forget, and then I'm going to type in the word sum. Now please remember, the word sum in Microsoft Excel represents addition, so adding is what I am referring to. So by me typing in the word sum, Excel is already understanding that I am going to be asking it to add up some cells within this worksheet. So after the sum, I need to then open the brackets, and once I have opened the brackets, what I can now do is use my mouse and I can click and drag over the cells that I want to add up, or I can use I can type in the cell references manually using the keyboard. So in this case, I'm starting from C4. So if I type in C4, you can see Excel has automatically highlighted this cell, kind of reconfirming with myself that did I mean this particular cell, just in case I did mistype the cell reference by accident. Once I have done that, what I need to do is type in the colon. Now the colon will represent everything between the first cell, that which I have selected, in this case C4, all the way down to the last cell, which is in September. So if I was to type in H4 now, you will see what will happen. There you go. You can see the entire range has been selected automatically. So Excel kind of now understands, okay, you want me to add all the way from C4 all the way to H4, and it will automatically include everything in between. It doesn't really matter whether in this example there is 4 cells in between, or even if it was 100 cells in between, Excel will automatically take all these cells into account and it will add it up automatically, just like I am doing in this particular example. Anyway, once we have got the last cell in our sum function, we then need to close the brackets, and by closing the brackets we have come to the end of the sum function. And if I was to press enter now, it will automatically add up all these and give me the answer. So I'm going to do that right now. There we are, and we get 216. Now, if you are not confident at this early stage and you're kind of having a little bit of doubt, what you can do is get a calculator and add up all these values manually, and I guarantee you will get 216. Or you can get Microsoft Excel to work for you, and simply just, if you were to highlight these cells just here at the bottom, which we call the status bar, Excel does some basic calculations for you, and you can see that it is telling us that the sum value of these cells is 216, and this is exactly what we have got. Now, what I want you to do for the rest of the lesson is simply work out the sum value for each one of these strips as per the question was asking us. So using the sum function, I want you to work out, like I said, each one of these strips. I'm going to do the rest of them as well, so please do feel free to work along myself using this file which you have downloaded already. Again, but this time I'm going to do each one a little bit quicker, and I may even highlight cells instead of typing in the cell range. So here we go. We start with the equal sign, we type in the word sum, we open the brackets, and this time instead of typing in the cell values, all I'm going to do is simply use my mouse and click and drag to select the full range of cells which I want to add up. I close the brackets, I press enter, and I get 264. I'm going to do the next one as well. Please be doing it with myself. Open the brackets, highlight the cells all the way across, close the brackets, press enter. The more you do this, the better you will understand this sum function. So I'm going to do each one of these very quickly, as you can see, and the more I do, the faster I am actually getting at doing this. So I'm going to do the rest. You can just watch me. There we go. Pretty straightforward. Once you've understood everything about the sum function, There we go. Highlighting is a lot quicker, but remember you can also simply type in the cell references as well. I'm going to do another example here by typing in the cell reference. So this time it's going to be C11. So C11, then we need to put in the colon, and the last cell in this range is H11. H11. But remember, once you have typed in your cell range, Excel does give you a blue border around the cells, again just to confirm with you that is this what you meant. So if you do make any mistake by typing in the incorrect cell address, you will realize straight away by looking at this blue border. Close the brackets, press enter, and I've just got one more to do. So equals sum, open the brackets, and I'm going to select the range this time, close the brackets and press enter. So there we are. This is ample practice for you in this lesson to practice how to do this sum function to add up a range of numbers. And this brings us to the end of today's lesson. So please don't forget to practice the sum function over and over again till you have fully understood it. Please don't move on to the next lesson until you have mastered the sum function. However, please don't forget also to like and share our lesson and subscribe to our channel as well. And look after yourself, and I shall see you over in the next lesson. So goodbye for now.